Say leave it. Hope, leave it. So we're in training class right now, and we're working on walking on a leash without pulling, which is good. She's doing okay. Here's one of our friends. She doing good?
Trying to get her. She's got to be fast.
Well, hey guys, so I thought I got a lot more footage today, but I did not, so that's fun. We just went to training today, and again, Hope did really well. We worked on two things. We worked on leash walking, but like not like a perfect heel, but it was what you call it? Like it was just walking on the leash without getting her to pull, and then when she pulled, we stopped, but I was just a little sad because I couldn't do it, because she's not good on the leash yet, so I don't want to add in the wheelchair to it too. You know what I mean? I'd rather get her solid walking with my mom first, if that makes sense. And I don't know, I just feel like that would just be too much because I'm trying to drive the chair and, you know, figure out where I'm going and, like, you know, all that stuff, and then trying to focus on her at the same time. I don't know. It's just hard. And so I guess we're not even going to be working on heel in the puppy class because the trainer said it was in the intermediate class, but I'm not going to intermediate class there. I realized that I need a private trainer to work on one-on-one with me. And then my mom got all mad at me. She was like, don't quit this, you know, just go because we already paid for it. I'm like, I know I'm going. I'm just saying I work better when I'm by myself. I can't do group work. And we were like, I don't know, I just thought it was very weird because we were walking around the store with, you know, all the smells and all the sights and the other dogs and the other classmates and, you know, the birds and whatever. Like, she did good. She got kind of distracted, but she did good. And, like, I just think it's hard for all the dogs to focus in there. I mean, I don't know if it'll get better as the weeks go on, but, you know, it's a store. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I feel like I would be better, like, in a room with her just working. Just, you know, I can ask as many questions as I want. I can, you know, take the time to get them answered. I can take the time to go over it 10 times, and I have space. You know what I mean? It's a lot. But it's okay. We're getting through it, and we're doing good. She actually fell asleep through half of it, so it's fine. But, I mean, you know, she doesn't seem bothered by it. We had water at the end in the car for her. I don't know. This training thing is just really hard because I'm really afraid, like, even with the class and even with all this, that I'm going to mess something up somewhere. And, you know, everybody that I've talked to with puppies said they've started public access training at, like, you know, 4 months old, and I'm like, oh my God, like, that's so soon. But like I said, my goal is to start with her in October because she's still not fully potty trained yet. But the good news is that my mom gets out of school on Thursday this week, and, you know, so that's good. And then, you know, I'm trying to socialize her. I'm trying to have her to get new experiences. It's really hot, so I want to try to get her to go in the baby pool again. Somebody actually gave me a good suggestion was to try to go sit with her on the ground or in the pool, but I don't think I can do that because it hurts my legs, and my legs have been hurting. I mean, I can try to get as close as I possibly can, but if she gets too hot, then I'm going to put her in the AC, obviously. And like I said, I don't go out much in the heat, so she probably won't go out either. I don't know, I don't know. I'm just really afraid that I'm going to mess something up so young, you know what I mean? Because, like, it's so important to, like, do all these things when they're young and to, like, get them started off good and stuff like that, that I'm afraid that I'm going to mess something up that you can't fix as they get older, you know what I mean? I don't know, I think it's just my anxiety talking, because I really think she's a good girl. Like, she only barked, like, once around one other dog. But I think that's because she just got excited. But again, that's a puppy thing. I think, like I said, I just need to wait for these 6 weeks to be over, and then I can find a trainer that I can know by name and that can know me, because I don't think this lady knows me. She knows the dog, but she doesn't know me. So yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Did any of you have pre-puppy jitters or pre-service dog jitters? Like, is this normal for me to be feeling this way? I mean, I don't know. I knew that... Hi, I'm just continuing my thought from earlier. It's been like an hour since I last filmed. I mean, I knew that dog training would be difficult with my physical limitations, but I didn't know that it would be this difficult. I mean, I think it'll be easier as she gets older. I don't know, I don't know. I mean, I was just thinking about, like, we went to a store today. We went to Kohl's today, and it was, like, really nice, because I got a couple dress options for my sister's bridal shower. And, you know, I was carrying stuff, and then some stuff dropped, and I was just thinking, I was like, okay, well, instead of my mom having to pick it up, why can't the dog pick it up, you know what I mean? Or, you know, I was feeling kind of anxious, and I'm always, like, really calmer around dogs and around animals and stuff. And so, you know, I was thinking, I was like, oh, maybe my heart rate would be, you know, a little bit lower if the dog was here. And, you know, just different stuff like that. And it would also, I think, actually one of the biggest things it would do is it would give me space, because I don't know if you feel this sometimes, everyone else, but a lot of times, like, people will try to, like, squeeze through the tightest little spaces between me and, like, a clothing rack, or me and, you know, something else. And I think having the dog there as, like, a block will kind of give a little bit of a barrier. And, you know, just, you know, like, even, we also went to church today, and, my doctor actually mentioned this a long time ago, but he said when my legs get, spasmy and have, you know, them pop out, we could just have the dog kind of, like, nudge them back down and nudge them back into place, because sometimes it's really hard for my body to do that, and sometimes it's, like, really challenging. But he seems to think that the dog is a great asset for psychiatric work, because he sees what his dog does, and I don't know, but I didn't know that it would be this hard. Like, I thought, like, all the research I did and, like, all the clicker training, and I think all that's helping me, because I think it's putting me at an advantage. But I also think I'm looking at, like, these people with dogs that are, like, 10 months old, and they're, like, doing stuff, but then yet at the same time they're more, like, physically able to do stuff. Like, people were like, oh, take it to the park to go take it to socialize because the playground and it can get different textures and stuff. And, I don't know. I'm finding it hard to do everything because of my physical limitations, even though I think a dog will make me more independent. It's just getting there. You know what I mean? And because I can't walk her on a leash right now because I have to worry about her being so little that, she'll stop in front of my wheel and I'll hit her and, I'm not obviously doing it on purpose at all, ever, you know what I mean? But, I stop and, whatever, I don't know, and she really does really well because I'm, last week she didn't know how to do down, she wasn't understanding down when I would say it when I'm sitting in the wheelchair. She would only understand it when I'm sitting on the floor with her. But this past week, we worked on it, and she did great. And, I don't know, I think I'm too hard on myself because, I don't know. Because, I always compare myself to people. And, the same thing with school. And, I'm thinking that I'm not going to go back in the fall. I don't know. But then again, what would I do? I would have literally nothing to do. Because, if I don't get my new wheelchair, then I can't, I have a hard time going out of the house by myself. And, I don't know. And it's hard. I hate the way my brain is sometimes because I feel like well, my mom would disagree about this. She thinks that I haven't fully accepted my disability, but it's been 20 years, 21 years, so how could I not? You know what I mean? And I think I have in the last couple of years because it's just I talked to friends who led pretty average, pretty normal lives, and then they got disabled with seizures or, Lyme disease or, just, one of my friends has, I think it's called, I don't know what it's called. It's something where she got paralyzed from I know. One of my old teachers got paralyzed when she was 20 years old because she dove into a shallow pool. So yeah, no diving into shallow pools. But those people lived normal lives until, they got sick. Whereas for me, I don't know what it's like to walk a dog without a wheelchair, or, I don't know what it's like to, run on grass with just my 2 feet without a metal walker or wheelchair around me. You know what I mean? I don't know what it's like to walk up the stairs normally. I don't know what it's like to, be in honors classes. I was never in honors classes, I don't know what that's like. So I think that even though I don't know what any of that's like, I still compare myself to be like, well, I should be able to do all that because, blah, 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 blah. Because, okay, not to say anything now, but, when I was younger, I had friends that were able-bodied. So, as much as, I liked them, now I have, 95% friends that are disabled, and I love it and I feel like that's the way it should have been all along, because they understand me better and they're more compassionate and they're more, just loving than, the people that were, you know, in my life from probably kindergarten to maybe my freshman year of college. And, you know, this is like Nowheresville right now, but like, it was just today at the trainer, like, I was trying to, walk her, but she was doing worse with me than versus with my mom. So, I don't know. And again, I think the wheelchair adds an extra challenge that, you know, not a lot of people have to deal with. Fine, you know, I'll figure it out. I've been figuring it out for, you know, years. But, like, it's just, man, like, what they don't tell you is that when you get a dog and you want to train it to do something, you question your abilities, even with help. Like, I have help from my mom. She's raised, you know, 5-6 dogs in her lifetime. Well, okay, so Ben, Oliver, Maddie, Sully, right now, Maddie, Sully, Hope, Snoopy. So, like, yeah, 5-6 dogs. And, you know, yes, they weren't service dogs, but she did obedience with them. They were, you know, they're well behaved. You know, Maddie barks a little bit, but whatever, we're working on it, you know. And it's not like I'm not going to a trainer. Yes, PetSmart may not be the best, but, you know, it's a start for now. It's financially what I could afford, and, you know, then we're going to go on from there, you know. And I don't know, I question my abilities, like, every day. I'm like, well, is there something that I should be doing today with Hope that I'm not doing? You know what I mean? But I also don't want to burn her out, nor do I want to burn myself out, because it's tiring, you know what I mean? I don't know. Do you ever just question yourself and you're just like, am I good enough? Am I, you know, capable of doing this even with help and the limit? You know, I don't know. I think she loves me. I really do. And I think we'll get there. It just takes time. And I think, again, it'll be a lot easier when my mom's home to, you know, help me to do things. My mom said that when like today, she was like, well, I'll just do it today, and then I'll help you try to figure it out at home. Because, you know, a trainer's not gonna, I mean, like, obviously she could say, hey, you're in a wheelchair, but I don't know if, like, you know how that thing, like, you know, like, some people don't realize that you need, like, automatic doors if they've never, like, had a hard time pulling open a door before, or, like, you know, some people don't realize that they need, you know, like, you just don't realize what, you know, somebody needs until you're in that situation. Like, obviously a trainer knows how to work with a dog, but I don't know if this trainer knows how to help me maneuver the wheelchair and the dog at the same time, you know? I mean, my mom has been around dogs and my wheelchair for a really, really long time. And, you know, even before I got Hope, I took Sully for walks, and I held him for, like, a good bit of the time. And, you know, so I think with time it'll just be better, but, like, maybe we'll have to troubleshoot some stuff. And, like, you know, my mom's walked dogs for years of her life, you know, so I think she's the best person to help me, because she also knows, like, what my abilities are. Like, you know, she's seen my spasms and all that stuff. So I don't know, I think I just really second guess myself, and I really gotta stop doing that, because it's not healthy for me to do that. Because, you know, you can second guess every day. Like, you know, like, I don't know, should I have done this surgery or that therapy or that this, or that person, should I have cut them out, in 7th grade when they were mean to me? Probably, I don't know. I don't know, just a lot of stuff. But I think it'll be good. I think I've made a lot of changes over the month that I've had the dog. So I'm excited to see what's next. I feel like it's weird, but I feel like I'm more, I don't know. I just see like subtle little changes in myself, even though I'm super stressed out, like with school and stuff, and the dog and stuff. I just feel like I'm looking more to the future, and I'm excited about the future, even though I'm nervous at the same time. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I look back at, like, and then I'm thinking, I'm like, is time standing still? Is she not growing or something? Like, what's going on with that? Like, whatever. But then I look back at the video when I first got her. She looks so much bigger, so I'm so glad I have these vlogs to look back on, because a year from now I'm going to look back on this and I'm like, wow, you really second guessed yourself, but, hey, you have a dog that's been in training for over a year, or whatever. I think people just have to keep going, and it's hard, but you just gotta keep going.